What's happening, everybody? It's Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss Channel, the Boss Sports Network. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, because we upload all the time. Now, the grand finale of this wild, topsy-turvy, crazy college football season in 2020 that we've had is coming to an end. It's coming to the conclusion in the championship game, Alabama versus Ohio State, OHIO versus Roll Tide. Now, this is the game we've all wanted to see. This is a game that we thought we might not be able to see. We weren't for sure if we would be able to make this possible because college football, as we know, was in jeopardy for a good part of the season. I mean, just with conferences canceling, conferences originally scheduling seasons in the spring, conferences saying they not wanting to play, including the Big Ten, which Ohio State is a part of. But of course, we had our season, and of course, we made it this far, and now we just have one more game to play to decide who is the best football team in college football. And it's coming down between two heavyweights, two uh, first class organizations, two teams that we've known for a very long time, two teams that have seen success throughout their storied program history, the Buckeyes and the Crimson Tide. And I'm here to tell you who I think is going to win and why I think they're going to win. And that team, if you can't tell by the avatar, is the Ohio State Buckeyes. I think the Buckeyes will come out on top over Alabama. Now you might be crucifying me, hanging me, wanting to take me to the stake because I have just picked a team to beat Mr. Nick Saban, the greatest college football coach of all time. Nick Saban, maybe the greatest football coach of all time, and the high potent, high octane, all explosive Heisman Trophy winning Alabama offense with the Heisman Trophy winner, senior wide receiver Devontae Smith, first wide receiver to win it since 1991. And yes, I'm picking against the Crimson Tide, a team that's averaged 50 points a game this season. Yes, I'm picking against the Crimson Tide, that team that went undefeated in the SEC. Yes, I am picking against Alabama, and here's why. And it's the man you see on that avatar, Justin Fields. It is the man that I think can deliver a championship to Columbus, Ohio, Justin Fields. It is a man that people believe isn't the second best quarterback in the draft. And I seen a mock draft today that had him going number 15 overall, Justin Fields. It is the man that I see got his ribs either cracked, bruised, hurt, whatever, and came out and led strike after strike against Clemson and the presumed number one overall pick, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields. It is that man is the reason why I'm picking the Buckeyes. And here's why. In championship games, you need championship performances from your best players. Who is Alabama's best player? The best player is a wide receiver. And not to say having a wide receiver as your best player is a bad thing, because Devontae Smith is a special talent. He will go in the top 5 of the draft this year. He is special. He had a special season. First wide receiver to win the Heisman Trophy in practically 30 years. 30 years. He's special. He's that good. But the best player for the Buckeyes is quarterback. And we know how pivotal, how important quarterback play is. And we know that the brightest stars shine when the lights are the brightest. And I think Justin Fields is a star. And people are questioning whether he's a star or not. That's what makes it so crazy. Justin Fields last season threw 40 touchdowns and had one interception going into the playoff. He had 2 picks in one game, but that is what it is. So he went 40-3 last year, over 40-3, but finished the season practically 40 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. People had him etched in stone as the second overall pick simply because Trevor Lawrence just has a resume that was just hard to beat. Right? We'll give it to Trevor. He's a generational talent. We'll give it to him. But 2 games, 2 games, and people think Justin Fields is a fraud. 2 games, and people feel like Justin Fields is overrated. 2 games, and people are putting Justin Fields as the number 15 pick in this year's draft. That's what I call disrespectful, guys. Todd McShay, I'm calling you out. I find that super disrespectful. People have him as the number 3 quarterback. Todd McShay behind Zach Wilson, a kid that played at BYU, a kid that came on our radar this year, a kid that played against teams like Pop Warner teams all season. Yeah, he went crazy in this bowl game. I'll give him that. But so did Justin Fields. The difference is I don't even remember who BYU played, and Justin Fields went toe-to-toe with Trevor Lawrence and outperformed him. The all-generational quarterback. He outperformed Trevor Lawrence. That's the difference. And I think he's going to outplay Mac Jones. Now, granted, Mac Jones has a lot more than what Trevor Lawrence has on offense. Mac Jones has a Heisman Trophy winner at receiver. Mac Jones has a potential first-round pick at running back. Mac Jones has the best offensive line in the country. And Mac Jones' teams average 50 points a game, the most potent Alabama offense in the history of their program, a program that has won 5 championships in the last 10, 11 years. So yeah, that's pretty impressive. So it's not like I'm taking a safe bet, but I do believe the high-powered quarterback can prevail his team over the Crimson Tide. Why? The Crimson Tide defense isn't what we known them to be. They just aren't. They aren't what we know them to be. I think Ohio State can devise a game plan to try to take DeVonta Smith out of the game as much as possible. And as good as those other Alabama receivers are, they aren't DeVonta Smith. Now the question is, even if Jalen Waddle plays, he's not going to be 100%. So I'm not overly concerned about that. But if you can somehow limit DeVonta Smith and put points on an Alabama defense that is susceptible to giving points up, we've seen throughout the season, whether it was Florida, Ole Miss, different teams put up points on that Alabama defense. This is not your granddad's Alabama's defense. Then I think they can come out with the win, and Justin Fields, number 1, has to play like Superman. Those are my thoughts. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I am picking the Buckeyes, and I got to give a score, right? I got to give a score. Wouldn't be judicial if I didn't give a score. I'm going 45-38. Buckeye 45. No, take it back. Scratch that. 45-41 Buckeyes over the Crimson Tide for the national championship. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I don't think either defense can stop each other, but I think that Ohio State pass rush has more in it than the Bama pass rush, and I saw it against Clemson, and I'm thinking I'm going to see it again on Monday night. You give your comments and leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy, Jr., the Black Balls channel. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time.